Neil Kinsey says, you have to build the house for the biology to live in. You gotta have food there. You have to feed that bacteria. And so, that's really the basis of everything that we do on our farm. It starts out with the soil, keeping that healthy, and then in turn, we have healthy cows. And I've noticed, our cows, they've been healthier too since we've been working on this soil fertility program. But it's and I'm not trying to say that anything that anybody else is doing wrong. I'm just telling you what we do on our farm, what we believe in and stuff, and what works for us, and I've been real pleased with it so far. Like I say, you could, it's not, like I say, it's not like it's feeding the plant directly. You're not going to get that instant kick that the synthetic fertilizers get, because you don't have that nitrogen, that instant nitrogen there that synthetic fertilizers get. But there's a lot of different things that we can do on our farm too. We can there are foliar applications that you can get that contain things that have naturally occurring nitrogen in it that you can spray on your crop, and that will help boost your energy, or feed the crop with a little nitrogen. There's all kinds of different things that we have access as organic producers. It's obviously too whatever you can afford, what your budget can allow. We do kind of on our farm what our budget can allow. I would love to go out and spray some foliar spray on our crops to help give it a little more nitrogen, and to increase the sugars in there. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to do that. And especially like in our hay, it's so important. Like in your hay too. Like if you get your your bricks levels up, which is your sugars in there. Get those up. The cows. It's going to affect the cows, how they milk. Obviously too. Everything. It's gonna affect how well the crops do. And everything, and like sulfur too. If you don't have enough sulfur, like your corn, you'll see yellow streaking in your corn and stuff like that. And everything affects. Those micronutrients are important for the overall growth of the crops, and even like copper. We do. This year we didn't, but in years past we put a little copper sulfate in with the because that's the only way you can get it in your soils is through copper sulfate. And the one thing about copper is that actually, like, it affects like your small grain, especially like the standability. Even your corn too. It kind of helps strengthen the stalks a little bit, so they don't they're not weak. But yeah, there's just all kinds of things, like zinc deficiencies. You can think that affects certain things. There's just so many little things that add up into soil fertility, and having good crops and healthy crops and things like that. But yeah, I mean, so we, we've been doing this. We've been on this program, like fertilizer program, that we've been on it since 2013. We kind of started on it, and we used to never really do much for fertilizing with organic. We used to just basically spread our cow manure, and we would put on some pelleted poultry manure. I'm not a big fan of that pelleted poultry manure because, for one thing, it stinks, and I just overall prefer the like compost manure. We just right now we get compost through another organic farmer. He has some manure and other like straw or bean stubble stuff he mixes together and turns into compost. He's got a turner. He inoculates it, so it's got good bacteria in it that helps break it down and turn it into compost. And as far as it's already broke down. It's basically like soil. That poultry manure, it's not broke down. If it gets wet, you could have maggots crawling in. It just is not a good thing as far as reliability, as far as if it gets wet or anything. Like the compost, you could put that outside. If it gets wet, it doesn't hurt it, you know. So we kind of steer away from poultry manure. I know a lot of organic farmers do use poultry manure because, you know, of the nitrogen that's in there. But I think you get more bang for your buck out of composted manure if you can than you do that pelleted poultry manure. Yeah, but it's just so important to know what's going on in your soil. Obviously, too, another thing is your organic matter content in your soil. The more organic matter you have in your soil, the higher water retention you're going to have in your soils. I know we usually it seems like every year in our soils we're making gains in our organic matter, which is nice in a drought. The last 2 years we've had kind of a dry spell in like late June, July, and I can see the difference, you know, in our crops, especially like in our cow pasture. It really helps us to soil to hold extra water for when we need it. I think right now, like some of our soils, we have like a 3% organic matter. Some are maybe like in that 4 range for organic matter. I know our cow pasture is like, I don't know, I think it's a 5 or 6%. So, you know, obviously like our cow pasture is like, I consider that a crop myself because the cows go out and they do the harvesting of the grass, you know, and everything and stuff. But yeah, we have good organic matter in there because, you know, that's basically it hasn't been tilled. The last time it was tilled was like in 2006 when we seeded it down, and so it's never been tilled. If we need new grass in there, we go and no-till it, and so it's you know, all that stuff keeps building up the organic matter in our cow pasture. But so, you know, and if the grass is healthy, it's because it's fertilized, and the cows are gonna, you know, they're gonna be healthy too. So yeah. So, and if anybody is looking for some good reading material, you can go on to Amazon or, you know, or wherever, any other book company, and you can buy Neil Kinsey. He has like 3 books. The first one is called just Hands-on Agronomy, and then there's another one where he wrote called Hands-on Agronomy. I don't know, Hands-on Agronomy 2 or something. I can't remember the title, but it was written in association with Charles Benbrook. He is like another soil scientist guy. And then Neil Kinsey also wrote another book called The Biological Farmer. And so, yeah, you can go on there and, you know, read those. I actually haven't read those books. I shouldn't be advertising when I haven't read them, but, you know, for those of you that, you know, want to take the time and read them, it's a, you know, it would be it's a good educational read to go on there. Obviously, I just know a lot of extra stuff from what our soil consultant has told us, you know, and stuff. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's something that, you know, you think about. And, you know, if you're an organic producer, I don't know, you know, what, if you're watching this, I don't know what your particular fertilizer program is, if you're doing any, or what it is. We, you know, like I say, we were working with another guy before 2013, and, you know, he didn't seem like he did a very good job as far as, you know, being progressive. And, you know, the original company that we started out with was, you know, it was called Petogenesis, located in Campbell, Minnesota. We started out with that company, and then we ended up switching to this other guy that used to work for that company, and so and he's been real good with us so far, and I'm pleased with his work. There's other companies out there too. There's like Midwest BioAg. I think they're headquartered in Wisconsin. You know, I know they're kind of a big outfit, and I know there's other ones throughout the country. I can't, can't think of any other ones, but I know I'm sure there's other ones out there. But I guess I just like the way that's working, doing this Kinsey-Albrecht system. Not everybody out there does the Kinsey-Albrecht system, but what he did, he was darn good at what he did, and so yeah, we've just been overly pleased with it. I mean I know maybe the fertilizer seems kind of expensive, but it it's about gradually building up your soils over the course of time. I don't know too if they have, if New Kinsey has a website you can go to. I guess you could just Google New Kinsey. Maybe there's a website you can get more information about the Kinsey-Albrecht system. They say it's not. I'm not saying it's for everybody. It's if you got to do what works for you in your budget. But the biggest thing I would like to emphasize is doing something is better than doing nothing. Even if it's just small, doing something is always better than doing nothing. And it's just whatever can work for you. And but yeah, I just thought we had a little rain today, and I thought I just kind of want to go a little bit more in depth about it. Even what I've told you on here is only a small amount of stuff. I'm by any means, I'm not, I haven't gone to school for this to be educated. I just only know what I've learned through a soil consultant. And and there's so many products out there for organic nowadays. If you're thinking about getting into organic, don't get scared and say, oh, what do I do? What if this happens? How do I control weeds or whatever? There's always there's a lot more stuff available today than when we got started in it. There's a lot more products. They found out a lot more things. I guess the biggest thing is just understanding nature and learning how to work with it. As far as like weed management on our farm, we know as organic we're never going to have 100% weed control. If we get 80% weed control, 90 is excellent for us. We just learn to manage the weeds, through crop rotation. Obviously, we do tillage to help manage the weeds. I know there's some people that don't like tillage, but we cultivate our corn. And that's probably one reason why we always like to plant corn after alfalfa, because alfalfa is real good at choking out weeds. So you go in there and you plow it, and you plant it to corn, and we ended up just cultivating the cornfield once, and that's usually all we need when we do it on alfalfa, because alfalfa, like I said, choked out all the weeds before, so it's clean. So you can get by with cultivating it once. That saves you time and fuel costs, and you don't cut any roots up. And so we try not to till anything any more than we have to on our farm. And we try to plant cover crops whenever we can and stuff to help hold the soil down or whatever during the winter, so we don't have soil erosion and stuff like that. But we try to be conservative and very progressive on our farm. We're not perfect. We do have things that we can always improve on our farm, and obviously money is always a limiting factor for what you can do on your farm. But yeah, so I guess if anybody has any more questions, You can leave a question down in the comment section. You know, I'll try to answer as best I can. I know maybe this video, I hope it doesn't seem too boring or anything, but you know, I just, you know, I know there were some people that I think were kind of interested to, you know, to hear a little bit more about it. They were just curious. And like I say, if you have any more questions or want me to do another video about it, just let me know, and I can do another video. You know, I wanted to do this video a little sooner, but I've just been so busy with things. And you know, being it rains, I had just a little bit of time here to do this. So, but yeah. Anyways, you know, if you got more questions, leave them down in the comment section. I hope I answered some of your questions. You know, if not, you know, just like I say, leave a question down below. Anyways, but yeah. So I got to get back to some other things here. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like any of my other videos, hit the subscribe button. And yeah, so anyways, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I guess I will catch you later